I get it, you're standing in front of the shelf of microscopes, wondering if you're about to drop a good chunk of money on something that will sit dusty, or if this is the tool that will finally let you see the inner fire of a gemstone the way a pro does. You've probably heard the word trinocular and thought, great, more ways to look, but will it actually help me decide which cut is worth the extra carat? You're right to be cautious. Buying a microscope that doesn't match the way you work is a classic case of paying for features you'll never use. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The AmScope GM400TZ is positioned as a gemology microscope, and that label isn't just marketing fluff. It's built around a boom stand that lifts the optics far enough away from the specimen to give you that long working distance you need when you're handling a rough diamond or a delicate crystal. That extra clearance means you can use tweezers, a rotary tool, or even a small polishing pad without bumping the lens. For anyone who actually cuts, polishes, or inspects stones, that space is priceless. If you've ever tried to get a decent view of a facet while the sample is still clamped in a holder, you'll know the frustration of constantly readjusting the focus because the optics are too close. The heart of the system is the 0.7x 4.5x zoom objective paired with 10x widefield, high point eyepieces. In practice, that translates to roughly 7x 45x total magnification, enough to see growth patterns, inclusions, or fracture lines that could make or break a stone's value. What's more, the zoom is continuous, so you're not forced to jump from one set magnification to the next. I've seen hobbyists try to cheat by swapping objectives, only to lose the smooth transition and waste time refocusing. With this setup, you can glide from a quick overall scan at 7x to a detailed look at 30x without ever taking your eye off the stone. A real-world scenario that shows why the zoom matters. Imagine you're evaluating a raw sapphire for potential sale. At low magnification you can gauge the overall shape and size, but the real deal is in the internal clarity. By dialing up to about 30x, you can see tiny color zoning that may affect the stone's grading. Then you pull back to 10x, flip the stone, and check the opposite side for any surface scratches. The ability to stay in the same optical path while changing magnification saves you the hassle of moving the gem around, which can introduce contamination or accidental damage. The trinocular head is another practical win. It lets you attach a camera or a smartphone adapter without losing the view through the eyepieces. If you're a seller on a platform that requires high-resolution photos, or if you need to record a video of a polishing process for a client, you can do it without buying a separate camera rig. The only catch is that the microscope doesn't come with a built-in camera, so you'll need to purchase an accessory separately. That adds a small extra cost, but it also gives you flexibility to choose the sensor quality you need. Lighting is often overlooked, yet it's critical when you're trying to mimic daylight on a stone surface. The GM400TZ provides both upper and lower illumination, each with a daylight-balanced LED source. In my testing, the lower light shines up through the specimen, revealing internal reflections that are invisible with top-down lighting alone. The upper light, on the other hand, is perfect for checking surface polish because it casts gentle shadows that highlight scratches. The ability to toggle between the two or use both at once means you can simulate the lighting conditions you'd see in a jewelry store display case, giving you a more accurate sense of how a buyer will perceive the gem. Now, let's talk about who should actually consider this microscope. If you're a lapidary hobbyist who already owns a basic stereo microscope and you're looking to upgrade to a system that lets you measure angles, capture photos, and work comfortably with a range of stone sizes, the GM400TZ fits that niche nicely. The inclined pillar stand with a rotatable, round mechanical stage makes it easy to position a gem at any angle and lock it in place, which is essential for measuring facet angles or checking symmetry. For small labs that do gemstone grading, the combination of long working distance, flexible lighting, and the possibility of adding a camera creates a workflow that's close to professional standards without the need for a full-scale gemology lab. Conversely, if you're a casual collector who only wants to look at mineral specimens occasionally, or if your primary interest is macro photography of insects or plant parts, this microscope is probably overkill. The maximum magnification caps at about 45x, which is fine for gems but may feel limiting when you try to see the fine hairs on a butterfly wing. In those cases, a lower-cost monocular stereo microscope with a simpler stand would meet the need without the extra.